control of it, and Hudson is going to get McGrady, who's back in the game. Save it for the slam dunk contest in Philadelphia, maybe.
Hey guys, this is Dominique Wilkins.
Hey, this is Sean Kemp.
This is Gary Payton.
Hey, this is Pau Gasol.
NBA fans, what's up? This is Vince Carter here.
Hey, what's up? This is Matt Barnes. If you're an old school NBA fan like I am, make sure you check out the Basketball Time Machine with my man Sean David.
Hello and good day, everyone. Welcome back to the Basketball Time Machine. I'm your host, Sean David. Thanks for tuning in. Let's talk some old school NBA basketball. In today's episode, I want to take a look at NBA legends giving their opinion about Tracy McGrady and how good he really was. But before we dive into that, let me give a quick shout out to the sponsor of today's video. Today's episode is brought to you by Magic Spoon Grain-Free Cereal. Since I am a kid of the 1980s, I grew up with my weekly dose of Saturday morning cartoons, and naturally, my cereals. But getting older and having to watch my diet, I can't just eat any cereals. And that's why Magic Spoon is so great. All the taste of delicious cereals, but healthy. Magic Spoon cereals have 0 gram of sugar, 13 to 14 grams of protein, and only 4 net grams of carbs in each serving, and only 140 calories per serving. They're also gluten-free, grain-free, soy-free, and of course, low-carb. My favorite flavor is peanut butter, but you can also go with cocoa, fruity, and frosted. Any of them are just delicious. Click the link below and grab a variety pack and try it today. And be sure to use my promo code BTM to get $5 off. Or go to magicspoon.com/BTM. Get it now. Now the first player's opinion that we're going to take a look at is from Agent Zero, Gilbert Arenas.
I got the shirt on. T-Mac. I'm playing like T-Mac. like, I know T-Mac is compared to KD. Mac shot the ball so Mac was an excellent shooter, and he was very athletic. So Mac was great at creating his shot and elevating. So he got to his point and just rose and shot. I remember when we were the day he had 62. See, he had 62. I think he missed 10 or 12 free throws that game.
That's crazy. Those ones hurt.
He was hitting us with the same. We put our 4-man on him. We put our 5-man on him. We doubled him with our 4 and our 5. He was shooting over all of it. It was unbelievable. Yo, this dude is crazy. We got, Brendan Haywood, 7 foot, arm and Jared Jeffrey, 6'11", long arm. They were too small because, just like a Kawhi, people don't realize these guys are amazing shooters to start off with.
He takes it up and go! Tracy McGrady did not just do that. Tracy McGrady with an incredible performance down the stretch. It's a family affair.
T-Mac wanted to be great. He wanted to dominate, and he wanted to be the king on the court.
Let's go.
Young, athletic, wanting to just destroy people. That's what it was.
These kids can fly, can't they?
His dunks were extremely explosive. Kind of lulled you to sleep. Before you knew it, he was jumping over top of you.
In the first game, I remember we played against the Wizards, and he had 30 plus. From that moment on, it was like, I'm on the map. I'm here. I'm in that conversation of one of the top players.
Got 32 points in the game.
Every time I played against him, it was like trying to solve a puzzle. Try to invent schemes almost, because regular ones wouldn't work.
And the next clip that we're going to take a look at is from NBA Open Court, my favorite NBA show. And the segment is called Missed Opportunities. So did Tracy McGrady reach his full potential? Let's have a look.
Game with Tracy McGrady after about 8 years in a row where he averaged 26, and then shoulder and knee and that kind of thing took its toll.
Okay. Why we gotta show Sean Bradley always getting dunked?
Because he's always getting dunked on.
It's like the one here.
It's like that easy button he was talking about before, but every time we know.
No, I drafted McGrady in Toronto. And the thing that I saw in him that I loved about him in high school was that he did everything so easily. And it gave the appearance that he was nonchalant, he didn't care. But when you really broke it down on film, he was fast, he was athletic, he was quick. So consequently, he would always be there waiting and look like he was just, I mean, he was never out of position. Offensively, his moves were quick, but they were slow because he was that fast. So you had a chance to really see him in action. And I think from a shooting standpoint, from a passing standpoint, a ball handling standpoint, he was just about as good as we're going to see in this league, maxed out in those offensive categories.
The guy that always gave me the most problems actually was Tracy McGrady.
Tracy McGrady?
Yeah. Tracy McGrady, man. Tracy McGrady with his, he had all the skills and all the athleticism, but he was 6'9".
You can see glimpses of some amazing potential, and then one day, he's top 5 best players in the league.
Tracy McGrady takes it back in the lane, serves it off the glass, moves out for the jam. Whoa!
Here's a guy at 6'9" that moved as if he was 6'3", can literally do everything. He could turn left shoulder, he can turn right shoulder, he could score from the post, he could score from the perimeter, he could facilitate, he could defend.
Running shot blocked by McGrady.
When you have that combination, it's extremely dangerous.
McGrady sets a franchise record 62.
When I look at McGrady, it reminds me of why Michael Jordan is Michael Jordan, why Larry Bird was Larry Bird. It's not just talent. There's got to be a fire in the belly. There's got to be a competitive edge where you want to kill the guy across from you. And I've never played with Tracy. I've never had a conversation with him. But he's as talented as any player I've ever seen. But I don't think that fire ever manifested itself.
It's interesting. In touching on what you said, Isaiah, the demeanor, the look, the appearance, that he's not trying hard. But I don't think you lead the league in scoring if you don't have a little bit of a fire.
Yes, he did twice.
Yeah. I think the problem was I was hurt. I think it would have helped as an older player to sort of help show him a little bit, how to do things. He was 21 when he went to Orlando and just took off. So he was still young. And the team wasn't that great. And I think a lot of it was frustration. I think a lot of it was he just didn't know really what to do or how to conduct himself, maybe as a teammate, as a leader. But in terms of, like you said, in terms of talent and going out and scoring like he scored, you have to have a little bit of a fire.
I do want to talk about this last subject of our black here, Tracy, because we all know one of the most talented people of your era. I was going to just say guards, but I really would say everything. Look at the video. Metta World Peace asked by Complex Sports if Tracy is in the same class as Kobe and Michael Jordan. Metta responded this: the only difference, I think, with Kobe was that Kobe lifted more than Tracy. So I think Kobe lifting more helped his career as far as staying strong. Kobe did 20 years. I think that was the only major difference. As far as talent, Tracy had it all. He was a big-time player. He probably would have averaged the same amount of points nowadays, even as back then. He was good. Very, very talented.
He definitely had understanding of basketball, like we say, basketball IQ. You see a potential opportunity before everybody see it.
Made the game look easy while dominating.
I remember him being a skinny, scrawny kid to now be one of the greatest players who's ever played. It's pretty surreal.
He could just do it all. One of the most dominant perimeter players to ever have played in the NBA.
McGrady, 4 seconds left. Come on. What a shot by Tracy McGrady.
Totally understand what you guys are saying, but my point is, I look at McGrady and I think, the guy was a brilliant jump shooter. I don't think his fundamentals were bad. They weren't what Birds or Magics were or Jordans. But did he ever step on the floor and just intimidate people with his look? Larry Bird did that. Michael Jordan did that. You felt their presence.
You know what happens,
I don't think Tracy's presence was ever really felt.
If you're winning, that look means something.
So how good was Tracy McGrady in my opinion? Well, if I'm totally honest, if it wasn't for the many injuries of Tracy McGrady, I think he could have potentially been a top 20 player of all time. Of course, if he won an NBA championship. And if we take a look at his skill set, especially when we're talking about offense and defense, I think he was better than 99% of the league. He was a great two-way player, and he was a guy who could average 30 points a game in an era where defense still mattered. So Tracy McGrady, high potential, unfortunately never reached it fully because of his injuries, but definitely one of the best players of his era. All right, you guys, that was it. Don't forget to check out Magic Spoon, subscribe to the channel, and like the video if you enjoyed the content, and I'll see you next time on the Basketball Time Machine.